I'm not expecting many great things because it's just gonna be leaks and whatnot, but or not leaks, but it's a story, innit? It's a story, but we'll watch it.
終焉の権力世界のあらゆる輪廻は君たちの前にあるしかしそれを背負う能力が必要だ
そんな小さな願いが前へと進むための力になってる私たちは律者になったけどそれでも人間のままなの
That's
今の願いはこの完璧じゃない物語を完璧に近づけること人類の灯火はあんたの手にはあるくらえ一撃必殺ここが私のホームグラウンド攻略展開
真がの道それが起源の意味よ兵は火のなり逃がさない先陣一式ファイナルフェイスキアナさん
終焉降臨
the music is still the best part of this whole company. Everything else is stinky compared to the music. Ah yes, whatever the fuck you guys called it, a crab.
Hello, captains.
Hi there!
That's cool.
Finally! We are headed for version Kiana, which concludes part 1 of the Honkai Impact.
No, is it actually? It's actually called version Kiana. That's actually kind of cringe. Just call it version 6.4 or whatever the fuck it's called. Version Kiana. I did. It's the same level of weird as like releasing Honkai Star Rail on March 7th. It's just fucking weird.
Third main story.
Yeah, the first volume is coming to a close. How are you feeling?
Well, I have mixed feelings. I'm eager to learn how the final story will go, and I want a happy ending for the Valkyries who've kept me company over the years.
Not gonna
But to be
happen.
honest,
You ever played
I don't really
Afro?
want the
Doesn't
story
happen.
to end.
I totally understand. And I bet our captains feel the same way too.
Yeah,
But trust me, it's gonna be awesome.
I'm sure.
The new characters, story development, and events are going to be really exciting. Let's begin with the new characters.
Yay.
First up is the Hersher of Finality.
We kind of already
Kiana.
talked about that in my
She is an
videos on them.
imaginary type fire damage dealer who attacks with pistols and a sword. That gives her a lot.
She attacks with pistols. She just so happens to have a sword a part of her attack chain. She actually uses pistols. You dumbass company.
Of options in battle. As Kiana's final form, she looks as though she's matured
Big old
into her
dum-dums.
freest self.
Like the Hersher of Flame Scion, Hersher of Finality can fight in midair. When in the air,
Oh, that was a
she
new
can
attack.
either knock enemies airborne or slam them onto the ground. Tap ultimate when not attacking to leap up
Oh,
2
maybe
times
no. I
in
think
a
that's a
row.
slam actually. Never
Leaps
mind.
are considered evasions and can trigger her ultimate evasion skill.
Attacking grants Hersher of Finality Descent. At max descent, hold attack to perform a combo attack. Every time she performs a combo attack, she switches between Moonblade stance and Time Flint stance, each with unique attack effects.
Also, Hersher of Finality
Time what? Sorry. Time Flint. Fair enough.
Attack effects.
Time
Also,
Flint.
Hersher of Finality will gain Time Wave when performing her combo attack.
Time
With
Wave.
enough Time Wave, hold evasion to trigger
Fuck, they
absolute
changed all of the
time fracture.
names.
During Time Fracture, Hersher of
Wait,
Finality.
they changed it so many times. It used to be what was it called? Fucking Cycles of Samsara. Yeah, whenever also Hersher Finale would gain Time Wave when performing combo. Yeah, they just changed it from Cycle of Samsara to Time Wave.
Hersher of
Interesting.
Finality will gain Time Wave when performing her combo attack. With enough Time Wave, hold evasion to trigger absolute time fracture.
During Time Fracture, Hersher of Finality will engulf an area in an absolute time fracture in which time stays completely still.
True.
Meanwhile, Hersher of Finality's combo attack will also change. Along with Moonblade stance and Time Flint stance, she can also use Finale stance to deal fire damage to enemies in a large area.
Hersher of Finality has many fancy attack moves that highlight her poise and freedom. The innocent and free-willing Kiana is back!
Yes, Hersher of Finality represents the zenith of Kiana's growth, as she has attained true freedom, happiness, and perfection.
They I think they've also changed a lot of her attack moves, like a lot of the small animations. I think some of them are like a bit faster, and I think they actually I think it's actually changed to time flint. I don't know why. Maybe because in Moonblade, that's when she's in sword mode, and time flint means for like her flintlock pistol, which is like the shape of her gun. It's like along the lines of a flintlock. So I guess that's why they changed it. I don't kind of yeah, whatever, it doesn't actually matter. Time, I think before it was time flame. And then also just her animation in general. I think look, some of her like spinning ones are a bit faster and whatnot. So it's alright.
And free-willing Kiana
Hey Phelps, how are you? I'm doing great.
Yes,
Hope you're having a great day
Hersher
too.
of
Thanks for
Finality
stopping by, man.
represents the
Really appreciate
zenith
it.
of Kiana's growth, as she has attained true freedom, happiness, and perfection.
Cool.
In a way, it takes her back to her origins, when she was upbeat and carefree.
Her outfit is a princess skirt that's good for jumping, running, and combat. Her weapons include pistols and a sword. It looks like despite going through
Yeah,
so
it's a
many
very
things,
flintlock pistol.
Kiana is still embracing freedom and hope. I just love seeing how much she's changed.
Yeah, I think everyone will enjoy watching her grow and evolve.
Personally, couldn't care. If she's let me be honest with you. They just previously used the analogy that she's back to her original self. How is that growing and evolving? Just to point out a bit of a hypocrisy. But it's like, if they just said that she's kind of like her old self, then how the fuck are we watching her grow and evolve? We've done a fucking 360, dude. We've done a fucking, I was rather a 180. We've done a full 180 back to her original self. Ah, yes, growing. What?
Now, let's check out the weapons and stigmata recommended for Hersher of Finality.
Her signature.
In the new version, you'll see the new weapon,
Yeah.
Key of Anonymity,
The
and
thing
the new
is,
Priarm, Domain of...
I'll be honest with you. It is a pretty nasty looking one. Nasty looking like guns.
Genesis.
Can I like make? I need to point out a singular one because when they overlap, it looks like a bundle of dog
The
shit.
design also goes well with the battle.
Yeah, it's a pretty fucking gnarly looking design. I think probably one of the more unique weapons in the game. Unfortunately, only one of them exists because the other one is a sword, but that's just neither here nor there. It's really cool though.
Suit, shining like the moon as Kiana's new identity comes to light.
The Stigma set, in the name of Finality,
And also
shares
the
the
visuals
same
for these are
design
great.
philosophy as the Hersher of Truth Stigma set. The three stigmata outline the extraordinary journey Kiana has been through, so there's a lot of deep ties between them.
Short name for the pream is
That's all for
dog.
the introduction
Nice.
of the Hersher
Dog.
of Finality.
I do like her arts, although you know all the characters, her truth and origin and finality have it. I just like these ones. I think they're very nice arts for all three of the characters.
Here
But,
comes another new battle suit. She's an imaginary type lightning damage dealer. Her name is Hersher of Origin, Raiden May.
do they
Hersher
change
of
anything
Origin
for her?
attacks with
Let's
her
see.
wing blade, showing off her incredible sword skills. While in battle, she can charge up wing blade with Mind-Body Insight. After Mind-Body Insight is maxed out, tap attack when sheathing or other specified moments to draw her sword and cast Regressive Origin, which freezes time in the surrounding area. During
Other specified moments. There's only like one other specified moment. There's when you're sheathing or at the end of your fourth combo. It's like when you sheath or other times. It's like no, there's only just one other time. Unless they added some, which would have been interesting, but I don't think they did.
this time, tapping attack will also trigger attack sequence 2, casting an extra Sin of Killing, which deals continuous lightning damage over a short amount of time.
Yeah.
After activating her ultimate, slide to have Hersher of Origin launch a series of slashes in which each slash deals lightning damage. After launching a certain number of slashes,
They definitely made that animation a lot smoother. Before I think there was like a upward slashes or like a very, very high angled slashes. Now there's just left and right slashes.
After activating her ultimate, slide
It's
to have
practically
Hersher of
just left and
Origin
right.
launch a series of slashes in which each slash deals lightning damage.
Very
After
nice.
launching a certain number of slashes, she will
Kiana's
deal
character
the
is devolving
final
for some
blow.
reason. True.
Judging by the gameplay demo,
Devolving
I think
slightly.
May's attack moves look better than ever.
Right? Becoming a
Arguably, Hersher of Origin is the best looking character, both gameplay and visuals and mechanically. in out of the trifecta right now. Her Show of Origin is easily arguable to be the best one. Very solid DPS, looks good, and probably is going to feel good to play, and a very nice and unique ultimate. Whilst the other ones, I feel like the other two just have like a rather simplistic pseudo copy of other characters in the game. Because I believe that her Show of Finality just has her ultimate is just a single hit of damage, so that's kind of basic, and then her combo is just like a more advanced version of Flame Scion, which I don't personally know Flame Scion. Whilst Her Show of Origin, I think I said Finality. I meant Finality for the previous one, but Her Show of Origin, I would easily argue there's a lot of specific timings, and I personally need hands-on experience to really kind of say this about the character. I think there's a lot more than just timing one button press to certain things. I think there's a lot of precise button pressing with the character, which essentially kind of fits the whole katana, kendo, samurai master, blade master kind of aesthetic, which I do agree. And then her Show of Truth, the reason I said copy is that she's kind of like a hybrid copy of Vil V, which, you know, nothing wrong with that. I think Her Show of Truth does Vil V's kind of playstyle better, but it still is just kind of a hybrid copy of Vil V, which is just a mech playstyle. By the way, managed to get my 60 pulls. Nice, congrats, dude. Also, for Finality's ult, Finality, why is her ult literally Might Guy's dynamic entry? Made no sense to me. Oh, listen, I pointed this out a fair few weeks ago, where I was very disappointed with the singular visuals of Her Show of Finality. I was expecting, because of the idea of Finality, the idea of, she like literally like snaps the earth in half or some shit like that. I would have liked a nice cool animation where she does something really magnificent, like does a Madara, you know, summoning a meteor from the heavens, like, you know, snaps her fingers and the earth shatters, something like that. I think I would have liked that a bit more, because you look at something like Her Show of Sentience, although her ultimate is now like very old and like just does no damage, doesn't do anything anymore. It's practically useless compared to what it used to be. It visually is like she like encompasses the world into the palm of her hands and then shatters it, which is like it's epic. Whilst then you look at Her Show of Finality, literally the god of the end of the world, essentially the end of the universe. She just fucking kicks the ground. It's like, come on, man, you couldn't do better. And hey, what's up, Levi? Welcome to the stream. Hope you're having a great day. Thank you for joining.
Her Show of Origin means May has grown a lot. She's taken on the will of her predecessors and discovered her life's path, all with strength and fortitude.
May's growth has been full of hardship, but she's lucky to have met Kiana, her
Her Show of
friends
Origin,
at
technically Her Show of Thunder and Shadow Dash Enhanced.
Chasers. It was with their guide.
I think I've played all the Kianas. Neither of them have this ultimate. For their basic attack, sure, but neither of them have this kind of ultimate. But yeah, like that's still, I'd still prefer having that over whatever the hell Finality is.
Guidance that May was able to become
this isn't
the
Wizards.
Her
We'll get
Show
into
of
Wizards a
Origin.
bit. This launched today, so we're taking a bit of a
much.
reaction, if you
As
will.
Her
Get a
Show of
react
Origin,
video out.
May is much more free and at ease thanks to her confidence in her own strength.
I think her outfit stylings remind me of Alicia's. Is that a coincidence?
You're right, there is a resemblance. You can
Wow.
see it, for example, in her purple crystal, which looks a lot like the magic crystal Alicia
Wait,
uses
I've
to
just noticed
attack.
something. Hold up.
It represents the authority of origin. In white and gold,
Is it
highlight
just
May's
me?
sense of sanctity and happiness.
Wait, is it just me, or is this more open than the early leaks of it? I thought this was fully enclosed and like she didn't have any cleavage showing. I swear the very first version didn't have it as open, because I don't remember like seeing anything. And my eyes are very keen. I've got a keen eye for these things, and I don't remember it on the first version. Did they like take armor off her? Because if so, that's a bunch of fucking bullshit. Put that shit back, man. The armor was fucking sick. Because I just noticed earlier in this one frame where she like sheathes the weapon, her boobs jiggle like absolutely no tomorrow.
Stylings remind me of Alicia's. Is that a coincidence?
You're right,
And I just-
there is a resemblance.
I swear they
You
must
can
have
see
taken
it,
off
for
some of them,
example, in
dude.
her purple
Oh.
crystal, which looks a lot like
I
the
swear
magic
it.
crystal Alicia uses to attack. It represents the authority of origin. In white and gold, highlight May's sense of sanctity and happiness, which you can also find in Alicia's design.
Yeah, nah, this doesn't look right. I swear she had shoulder pads. I like some sort of like armor. There was shit here. Oh, Mahoyo. No, I need to like. How do I can't I don't even know how to fact check myself. I don't know what to fucking look up.
Of course,
Oh,
May
Mario.
has some fancy new weapons as well. The new weapon, Key of Limpidity, and the new Priarm, Domain of
Limpidity. I'm
Unity,
fucking limpidity out after looking at that fucking bullshit. The sword looks pretty standard. It's just Seven Thunders of Retribution, but just like darker purple, so it doesn't look that fucking amazing. But it's it's just another sword in it. I would have preferred like they could have definitely leaned into like it being a bit more like a bit more katana like instead of like a saber, right? Because right now it looks like a saber. I think they could have leaned into it looking like a katana in origin of the beginning of her like katana wielding and sword wielding life, and kind of made it look a bit more katana-esque. But regardless, it's just a fucking sword.
will also be released in the new version.
The stigmata represents several key moments in May's life. Meeting Kiana, joining World
And I'd easily argue probably one of the best ones, just because it has Alicia, her human ego. It has the badass middle frame, which has Owl in it, which is one of the most forgotten characters in history. And then the right one, which doesn't, I don't believe that Hersher of Thunder with the fucking lightning wings actually appears in the game. I think you have to see that through the manga. And so I think just her stigma actually is the best one, because it just kind of mentions a lot of shit that the game has forgotten about. Owl, that version of Hersher of Thunder, and just also the best character, Hersher Hunigo. Well,
Serpent,
Limb
meeting the
Diggity.
13 flame
Yeah,
chasers.
Key of the Limping.
It's so emotional, reminiscing on all the ways May has grown.
Key of Limp
Plus,
Dickety.
the two new battle suits have some Easter eggs hidden in as well. There are skills that'll allow you to stack buffs between Hersher of Finality and Hersher of Origin.
When Hersher of Finality, Hersher of Origin, and Hersher of Truth are on the same team, Hersher of Finality's combo attacks are enhanced. When Hersher of
Interesting choice of words there. There's some Easter eggs that when you combine these characters, they'll get better. Now, that's not an Easter egg. That's called power creep. You putting power creep into the characters.
Finality enters
Jesus
with Joy
Christ.
bursting through Hersher of Truth's special QTE, she will switch to Time Flint form. But when Hersher of Finality enters with Joint bursting through Hersher of Origin's special QTE, she will switch to Blade form.
After activating her ultimate, Hersher of Finality will jump into the air and quickly deal lethal damage to enemies under the light of the cold moon.
It's just so
When
disappointing. When you say God of the End Times, the God of the End of the World, the Destroyer of technical universes, the God of Finality, the Hersher of Finality, and then this is the ultimate that they do.
She will switch to Blade form.
They like
After activating
press
her
ultimate, jumps
Hersher of
up,
Finality
the
will
moon,
jump into the air
and Might
and
Guy
quickly
enters
deal
the
lethal
arena.
damage to enemies under the light of the cold moon.
It's just,
When
it is
Hersher
something.
of Origin and Hersher of Truth are on the same team, Hersher of Finality's ultimate will become Joint Ultimate,
And even
causing
this,
all team members to deal more elemental damage.
even that ultimate, I'm not too like impressed by, because for some reason, okay, so they have it's a trio ultimate. It's the first time they've done a trio ultimate, so whatever. But they have Hersher of Truth shoot out missiles. That's her thing. They have Hersher of Origin do some katana bullshit. That's her thing. And then Hersher of Origin chucks her sword up to Hersher of Finality. And then I just don't know why, but like they decided to give Hersher of Finality like this imposing pose where she's her sword above and could easily just crack down in the middle and like split something in half, right? Easily do like a nice kind of like just fucking guillotine motion on the world or on the universe, right? They could easily have that. But instead, they have her just do this.
Causing all team members to deal more
They have her put it to her side and fucking jump at the ground. Like, come on. I love the, ideas. I love it all. But fuck, they missed some key moments. They really missed some key moments with it. They could have easily had a nice fucking guillotine on the universe moment. Guillotine on the universe. Or whatever the fuck. But no. She just jumps at the ground. It's like, brother, come on. Come on.
elemental damage.
It's awesome seeing them all on the same team. From Saint Freya to the moon, these three girls have grown to become brave fighters, drawing on each other's strengths and believing in one another.
And I know they'll keep on following their hearts to fight for all that is
They forgot to give
beautiful in
Kevin
the
his
world.
throne. He's sitting on
In
air.
version Kiana, we'll also get to meet the new elf, Kiana Kaslana.
She provides fire and lightning support. And based on the leader's damage type,
Was
she
the
can
effects of those
also
all
give a
specific Kiana's part
corresponding
look way
elemental
worse?
damage
It
boost.
did as well. I
When
noticed like
casting
the
her ultimate,
weird drop in
she'll lob a
quality.
baseball bomb.
Hersher of Truth's
deals
ultimate
damage
looks
on explosion and drowns
incredibly high
nearby
quality,
enemies,
very high
reduces
resolution and
switch cooldown,
whatnot.
and increases
But like
elemental
Finality
damage
and
taken by
not Origin,
enemies.
Finality mainly
Now that's
looks
a powerful
very
elf,
fucking low
and
quality.
she looks so cute too. The star-shaped hairband reminds me of Kiana's original battlesuit, White Comet. I love the sense of nostalgia it gives off.
And that's all for battlesuits. Next up, we're going to introduce Part 1's final story chapter, Toward a New Tomorrow. This is something you won't want to miss.
The plot comes to a head as we get to see the end of Part 1. In Story Chapter 35, our heroes will take on new problems as they fight to reclaim the Earth. Meanwhile, Project Stigma and Chimera Energy will both pose new challenges for them to face. By coordinating their efforts, Kiana and her friends finally reach the cocoon of finality. And now they will face against an enemy who has also mastered the authority of finality, Kevin.
The final showdown is about to begin.
Yes! Kevin, Part 1's final boss, will be making his debut. Kevin now has full control of the power of finality thanks to Project Stigma. In this battle, he'll show us all the original authority of finality.
Kevin will summon a huge this-worldly beast and mount it. This worldly beast will have 3 arms, and each arm will hold Leviathan's onlooking, Chimera system, and diabolical transcendence. They correspond to the Paleozoic era, the Mesozoic era, and the Neozoic era.
You'll need to coordinate between the Hersher of Finality, Hersher of Origin, and Hersher of Truth in this fight against Kevin and
Okay.
his summoned entities.
They're trying to
On
do
the
a boss
first
fight to the
platform,
same scale
have
as the
Hersher of
Afro 2 boss
Finality
fight.
Jump in the air
I
to
can get
defeat
behind
the
it.
summoned Shadow of Era Annihilation. Their hooked claws can help you reach higher ground to defeat the Paleozoic era, Leviathan's onlooking, before moving on to the next platform.
On the second platform, you'll control the newly joined Hersher of Origin in battle. The Mesozoic era Chimera system detaches from this worldly beast to automatically trace and attack targets. Make good use of Hersher of Origin's attack and weapon active to fight back against worldly beast's constant slashes.
On the third platform, Hersher of Truth will join the battle. Kevin will summon Shadow of Era Annihilation and the Neozoic era Diabolical Transcendence to attack. Have Hersher of Truth cast combo attacks to lock on and take down several Shadows of Era Annihilation in one go. Kevin will use this worldly beast to perform some devastating attacks, so make sure to time your evasions just right.
Yeah, no one's gonna remember these
Wow, this
mechanics.
boss
We're
is
just gonna have to wait and
destructive
figure
and
it out.
dangerous.
I'm not gonna try
Just
to
from his
remember.
moves and size, you can tell
It's a
he
cool
packs a
design.
punch.
That's
And
all.
that's just Kevin's summon. He can enter another form himself to fully showcase his mastery of the power of finality. It shows us a more dominant, lethal side of him. You can explore all this new content and more once the final chapter is released.
Yeah, it's alright.
After the final chapter is released, and before version Kiana ends, you can also have fun with the limited time bridge theme Above the Moon, which will share a close link with the final battle. You won't want to miss this great opportunity to really soak in all the tension.
Sure.
Along with the new story content and
A
boss,
bunch of
we also have
rewards.
some fantastic special bonuses for our captains.
Yeah, it's a bunch of rewards. Nice, that's gonna help me get shit. The final boss resembles a lot of primordial darkness from Fantasy Star Online 2. I can't say I know, but if it does, that's pretty cool. Hot take, but I feel like Kevin, especially after ER, doesn't feel like a villain anymore, more like an anti-hero. Personally, I would rather fight the actual Hersher of Finality. Yeah, but I feel like that's like too predictable almost for Mihoyo to fight the actual Hersher of Finality. And it would kind of go against like the kind of like flow of Kevin's plan. Kevin is an anti-hero, but that's what anti-heroes do. They cut off Kevin's transformation, probably to keep hype. You know, they don't want to reveal everything. If they reveal everything, then there's no surprise, and you don't have to really play the game, do you? And you have to play the game to see the transformation, or wait for others to do it. So, but this is a lot of rewards actually. What, that's a 10 roll or some shit like that? That's almost a 10 roll. You get a free May Stigma box from doing chapter 33, and you get Hersher of Origin for free if you complete chapter 34. So do the chapters if you want a free character with one of her stigmas, and thus only have to invest 60 guaranteed rolls. You know, maybe only 20 if you're lucky, or 30 if you're lucky. But yeah, that's that.
After the release of version Kiana up until April 6th, You can complete Story Chapter 33 in the name of the truth to get a
April
stigma option that
6th.
will grant one of the stigmata recommended for Hersher of Origin. Complete Story Chapter 34, the Moon's Origin and Finality, to get a Hersher of Origin character card.
Wow, that's awesome!
Wow.
If you're looking to get Hersher of Origin and haven't completed Story Chapter 34 yet, remember to do so before the event ends.
After Story Chapter 35 is released, you can earn plenty of other rewards as well. Complete the new chapter missions to get the bridge-themed Train to the Future, crystals, and Stygian Nymph's new outfit, Estonia in Spring.
I think they're also going to show
The
the
new bridge
anniversary,
team's design
the
has
global
subway
anniversary
stylings.
rewards, which is
It'll
goaded.
feel like we're heading on to the next stop of a new journey.
Uh-huh,
And
uh-huh.
Xana's new outfit will be pretty unique to the game so far too.
A dual
With the
outfit
story
skin.
this fantastic and all these rewards to earn, there are so many reasons to look forward to the final chapter.
After all this talk about the story, we can't skip over the featured event, Bustling
Transform,
Holiday Symphony.
will be in the own
Alfine.
CG. Yeah, true.
It looks
Primal
like an
Darkness
arcade
has a
shooter
more
where
gross
you'll
and
be
creepy
able to
design.
fight
This one looks more
alongside
generic, so like
everyone
Congo
from
bits
Saint
combined all
Freya
together.
and the
Not
Golden
that is a bad thing.
Courtyard.
Absolutely
In
not
each
a bad thing.
stage,
I think it's quite
You can
good.
control your character to jump between different platforms and cast skills at the right time to defeat enemies. Make sure to take down all
Alright,
the
that's cool.
enemies or complete the limited time stage challenge to move on to the next stage.
You'll be able to unlock a total of 10 characters. Playing the event will earn you character experience materials that upgrade their basic stats and unlock new passive skills.
This is cool.
Play the scoring game to win super luck coupons that you'll use to do a power reroll for event weapons.
In Good Fortune Treasury, you can use event items to
A
draw
power
new weapons for event
reroll.
characters. You can star up these weapons to make them more powerful and increase their affix slots. On the equipment screen, you can also do a power reroll and refresh power affixes to get different grades of affixes. Spend more reroll items to open up more advanced reroll options. The probabilities for obtaining different grades of affixes will vary.
In moving up special stages, clear a stage to gain 3 buffs at random. Then choose one of the buffs as the active
this is cool.
special effect for the current challenge
Do you
round.
think I gotta kill Kevin?
After
Yeah.
completing the challenge,
Kevin will
you
kill
can
himself.
earn Dragon Gate window decals and
I feel
more
like killing will
based
be
on
a
your
loss
score.
of huge manpower and the
Plus,
fan
you
that
can
will
get the
hatch from
Jade
cocoons
Moon
soon
emblem,
time,
which will display
sometime
the
soon.
highest floor you've
He'll kill
cleared.
himself or something like
Try
that.
out different
100%.
event modes to get shop tokens.
It
which can be
never,
exchanged
like,
for Paul and
anti-heroes
Rosemary's
barely
new
get
outfit,
killed. They
crystals,
usually
rabbit
sacrifice
hobo emblems,
themselves.
reroll
So,
device, attack
that's
option
probably what will
type B,
happen.
and more.
Fallen Rosemary got a new outfit. Different from the previous westernized designs, this outfit draws inspiration from Eastern fantasies. On its back, you'll find her skirt is made from a feathery material, giving her a light and airy look.
And look for the new event Mirage Rift, which will be launched in version Kiana. The event features a challenge mode called Annihilated Mirage and daily stages of Migrating Mirage.
Annihilated Mirage
Yeah.
and Migrating Mirage have 4 phases that will become available in order over time. In each phase, Annihilated Mirage will contain 3 different stages. You must use a specific character in each stage, a character you already have, or a trial character.
Okay.
In Migrating Mirage, there is only 1 stage for each phase. You can choose one of the 3 designated characters or trial characters to start the challenge.
The specific characters for different stages have special stage skills and base stat bonuses. On the prep screen, you can select signets for equipment. You'll be able to choose from exclusive signets and Nexus signets. Select the right Nexus signets to help you in battle.
The first time you clear a stage at any difficulty, you'll receive an Ichan coin. You can use it to enhance your character skills and become stronger.
This new version is full of events.
Okay.
I hope
Cool.
every captain has a blast joining in. We've got lots of great things in store.
I feel like it's going to be something like the trio managed to convince him there's another way about things, and he's just going to alter for himself. Yeah, no, that's what I feel like. He'll be pushed to the brink of like defeat, and then in his mind he had like the ultimate backup plan, which would involve him sacrificing himself for the greater good. And it's kind of gonna be like a redemption, like a redemption move. Like it's like a classic anime trope. Honkai does a lot of classic anime things, like, and so does Mihoyo. They're the kings of, not the kings actually, but they use a lot of anime tropes, and that's an absolute one. They're gonna take him down to the brink of defeat, and he's gonna be like, but I've got one final move. I'm going to rip my dick off, and I'm gonna launch it into the atmosphere, and that's gonna apparently kill all Honkai on the planet, but also do some other bullshit and solve all world problems. So yeah, a classic anime trope or some shit.
store for art captains with this new version. Complete event missions in the new version to earn spring options. Options include a chance to get Ancient Willpower, Ancient Legacy, Einstein's Taurus, Honkai Shard, SP Valkyrie Fragment option, and more.
Open the special letter placed under the bridge and read it to get 5 focus supply cards. Join the final chapter's web event and story jigsaw puzzle event to win up to 720 crystals. Version Kiana will also feature the supply event, Pure-Minded Shadow. You'll be guaranteed to get 5 focus supply cards in every 10 supply drops, and you can win up to 40 focus supply cards. If you're looking for Hersher of Origin's recommended weapons and stigmata, you won't want to miss this
You won't want to
event.
miss this deal.
Select supply rotation will also be
Alright,
available
dude.
in the new version. For the first 3 rounds of Focus Select, there will be a 30% discount on the first 10 drops each round.
And spin bonuses will also be available in the new version. You can spend crystals during supply events to get Hersher of Flame Scion's character card and rank up stamps for Hersher of Flame Scion, Spina Astera, Starchasm Nyx, and more. You also have a chance to win Hersher of
That's a
Flame
good skin.
Scion's new outfit,
That's a good skin.
Flowering Luminance.
Hersher of Flame Scion's outfit takes design notes from the legendary Firebird, the Phoenix, alongside more traditionally auspicious
cool.
elements such as the outfit's Jade Pendant and Red Rope. The attack visual
It's just a
effects
bit more
feature plenty
crimson.
of fireworks, bringing the festive motif together.
Li Sushang also has a new outfit.
I'm going to get some
Auspicious
Zafo,
Dazzle.
so both
I
finalists.
really love this
Brown and Kevin
outfit,
will have to sacrifice
especially with the
themselves
little
to
white
something.
rabbit
Yeah.
on her head. It makes Li Sushang look so cute.
The battle visual effects feature plum blossoms and
99% of it,
landscapes,
yeah.
both giving
But
an
like that's
aura
what's
of
going to happen to Kevin.
auspiciousness.
What happens to Kiana is
tips
like
to
a bit more
purchase Li
technical.
Sushang's new
I feel like
outfit.
that's exactly going
And
to
that's
happen
all
to
for
Kevin.
version
Exactly
Kiana.
what I said.
It looks so amazing. I can't wait to play it.
But I still have a question. Since part 1 of Honkai Impact 3's main story is coming to a close, what will the plans be for the future?
I got you. Up next is an afterword for part 1 of Honkai Impact 3's main story. An entirely new story is already in the works. Honkai Impact 3 is going to receive major tech and artistic upgrades, so stay tuned.
I look forward to all new adventures with our captains
Okay.
in the new year. And I can't
Okay,
wait to see
wait, so
everyone
what-
continue to...
Whoa. Completely new story. Right, let me go back to that. What will be in the future? An entirely new story is already in the works. So, okay. An entirely new story. No connection to the current characters. But it's just kind of set in the same world. I can get behind that. That has my interest. And they already have some artistic designs. Snow. They're still sticking to the snow theme. Listen, I'm sick of the fucking snow. I'm sick of Siberia. I'm sick of the Arctic. Let's get out of that shit. The first like 10 chapters you spend in snow or some bullcrap. Let's move away from that. But it looks cool. It seems to be a bit more fantastical. If you really look at it, it looks a bit more not modern, like no spaceships or anything. It does look like that. It looks like it'll be set in a bit more. Maybe it'll be like set in the past or something. It'll be like the Honkai world, but like in the past. Maybe have some featured characters like Fuha make an appearance or some shit. But it does look like it's not set in the same time period. Very much prior. And obviously, yeah, the tech upgrades and the artistic upgrade. The artistic upgrade seems to be moving. Well, actually, I can't really tell by this. This is just drawn images. But if the tech upgrade means that the game will be going through like a graphical overhaul and also like an engine overhaul, maybe moving to Unity, that would probably be a fucking good one. Moving to Unity and whatnot, and you know, just in general making the gameplay, the experience of the game a lot better, then that'll be great. So far, so good. 5 more years? Yeah, true, it is 5 years old. Yeah, Honkai Engine is old and have a lot of bug, yeah. Just make part 2 in new game. That would be the most optimum thing for them to do, is make it in a new game so people can reinvest in a different game, whilst also somehow still pertaining their actual original Honkai accounts, instead of now having super power crept accounts in Honkai the third. Having super power crept accounts, but going into a technical new experience. That would be a better idea to just make a new game, but we'll have to wait and see, seeing as that's in April that's going to happen, or there's going to be a lot more information about that in April, as that's when the next patch ends. But this patch looked alright, you know, just that's really all it is. It just looked alright. I don't, you know, I'm not ecstatic about it, because all I'm really here for is just the story, the conclusion of the story, the characters and whatnot. We've covered them, we talked about it. The visuals I've already explained that I don't like too much. The boss did look cool. So they're trying, I think with this boss fight, they're trying to top the AFO 2 boss fight that they had, which is, that was against who? What's his name? Johnny? He had a fucking, Charlie? I can't remember his name, but they're trying to top that with its, like, kind of the size and the feel. I don't think they're quite doing it. I think this guy is smaller than that enemy. Yeah, I think he definitely is smaller. But it's a nice attempt. But mechanically, we have to see how it goes. Honkai Break 3 can use to make more collab story and event story? Yeah, maybe. Version Kiana seems alright for the last chapter, by the way. Why version Kiana, not 6.4? I already pointed that out at the start. I am not a big fan of it being called version Kiana when she's not really the main character. It is, she is, but it's kind of still focusing on the trio instead of just her. And so calling it version Kiana is a bit just weird, really. It's not bad, but it's just like, you could have just called it 6.4 and it would have been fine. So, yeah. And then what else did we have? We had events, a bunch of things, story, web event, jigsaw puzzle, letters. Fair enough. This thing, this is like there's a limited time loading screen. It's this one, limited time, whilst this one is permanent, I believe. Where is it? The train to the future is permanent. What's next? This event. This event, it looks cool. It's just another chibi event. I think everyone's gonna love the chibi events as per usual. A bunch of gems. This one looks cool. It's like as someone said earlier, a mini ER. Neko said earlier, a mini Elysian Realm where you have to use specific characters and you can kind of like select your specific stigma and they might be slightly altered. That sounds fun. That sounds interesting. I'm keen to get behind that. The rewards, just 300 crystals. This stuff, although not super incredible, it is just going to help people get more shit going, I guess, if they're going to continue playing the game. And then, yeah, the Hersh of Origin. Essentially, if you don't roll on Hersh of Origin, you're making a grave mistake, as you won't get a better deal than this in the future. Hersh of Flame Silent Skin, which I think is great. Alongside, you have to spend 30,000 crystals to get it, as well as these other things here. And then we have Li Sushang skin, and that's that. Yeah, pretty good. Managed to disappoint a lot of things like Battlesuit, but main story keep the hype. Yeah, the Battlesuits are a bit up and down in terms of likingness, but yeah, the story is what's carrying right now. I feel like we should start the next Honkai Saga with the new gameplay mode like ER or something. It's tough to say how you should start it. ER is kind of getting old now as a game mode. They should look into ways of remaking ER, definitely. Or add a lot more variety to ER, like a lot more like you don't necessarily choose your enemies, but you choose a lot more factors, like enemy density, enemy like percentage HP increase. A lot more variety to it would add a lot more kind of, not hype, but a lot more refreshingness. You can go into it like, you know, per week you're given 2 different archetypes of enemy types. Something like, you know, you can choose between bio or mech instead of just being limited to whatever they give you, so you can have a lot more variety, a lot more freedom. That's the good ways to keep up the kind of likiness of the event. It's weird how they can pump out so many game modes. They just kind of look at the game store, don't they? They just look at literally the Google Play Store and they're like, oh shit, this looks interesting, let's just make our own version of that. So it's not really like they're doing anything innovative, but it is just still a good thing that they are doing it, so. I'm not too surprised that they can do it, because all you have to do is just look at the goddamn Google Play Store. But Hyperion Lounge, what is it? Kiana. Hyperion version Kiana, whatever the fuck lounge. Pretty good. Pretty good. Like it. Very nice. Very nice, very nice.